Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to wearefree.tv, the channel that brings you different people from around the world that talk about subjects to do with the betterment of humanity, with the rising of the frequency, fifth dimension, aliens, extraterrestrials, channeling, quantum physics, different modalities for healing spiritually and physically, and many other subjects to do with the new humanity and the entering into the new era of the age of Aquarius, etc. These are the kinds of subjects that you may be updated about watching this channel regularly. And of course, should you like to be interviewed as well, all you need to do is contact me on nocensorshiptv@gmail.com and we can arrange an interview. Of course, I'll also appreciate if people join our Telegram group, which is wearefree.tv, as shown down here, wearefree.tv on Telegram. And if you don't have Telegram or you're allergic to Telegram, then there's going to be a link to our email list under this video. You could click and join that way and receive an email with every new interview as and when it is published. And of course, I shall highly appreciate if you can share this interview with all your friends and family so that they can enjoy this amazing content that is going to be discussed here today. As my dear guest today is Osnat Steinberg, and she is a physiotherapist, an osteopath, energetic therapist, communicator, founder of Energetic Rehabilitation, writer, and international teacher. The name of our interview today is Energetic Rehabilitation, Multidisciplinary Spiritual Medicine for the Future. We're going to talk about channeling, energetic rehabilitation, spiritual injuries, soul lessons, activation key, and many other interesting subjects. So, hello there, Osnat. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm brilliant, thank you. I'm so excited about this age of Aquarius that is upon us and is dragging us all through time into the future, into the beautiful spiritual awakening and harmony and synergy amongst humans and aliens and spirits. Hallelujah.
All of the above.
Excellent. So, I mean, you have quite a long name. I mean, you're the physiotherapist and osteopath and energetic therapist. I mean, how did you get how did you end up doing what you're doing these days?
Well, I wanted to be a veterinarian doctor, but it wasn't possible at the time in Israel. And I went to physiotherapy, and I found that it wasn't enough help in helping people because their pain prohibited them from achieving their best outcomes. So I studied osteopathy and I joined physiotherapy and osteopathy. But I realized that with osteopathy, also deal with body energy. And when I realized that, it's kind of like I fell over a total new body of knowledge. And I realized that 85% of pain and sensation in our body come from our spiritual system. And that's what bother people and restrict them from healing or achieving their best outcome. So it's not that physical therapy, osteopathy structurally is not needed. It is, but the source and the program for all the physical structure function comes from our spirit and our soul. And when that is rehabilitated or healed and functioning perfectly, then our body can too.
I see. So you are also, I mean, you are what is known as a channeler, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So what are the sources that you channel? Is it aliens or is it spirits or of the dead or angels, or who exactly do you channel?
So I'm channeling the archangels and the creator directly. I do not, and that is called high spiritual channeling. There are also low level channeling, which is dead people. Alien channeling is tricky because sometimes they can shape shift, and then you don't know, you're actually not talking to the one you think you are. So I'm channeling basically only the archangels, which are permitted by the Creator as truth bringers, and the Creator directly with my higher self.
Okay, interesting. So the Creator directly, I mean, how does it feel? I mean, does it feel differently to be connected directly to the Creator rather than to an alien or to a spirit or to an angel?
Of course, of course. First of all, the presence of the Creator has frequencies that are so empowering, so loving, so healing. And when you hear the Creator talk, you see and you feel the vibrations moving in the entire creation. It is a very powerful experience when you activate the honor and the courage and the valor of the Creator within you. Your soul becomes so empowered and so clear, and it rejects all negativity. So every person is welcome to be with our Creator and with the source directly.
Sounds like fun.
There is no limitation. Just do it.
I wish it was that easy. Easier said than done.
Yeah, most people are fearful and they think that they're not worthy, not deserving, it's forbidden, and all kinds of ancient...
I just think I can't do it. I just think I'm not meant to do it. I mean, I want to do it, but I can't. I would love to be able to channel, and I've tried many times, but it doesn't work. I only channel my own thoughts.
Yeah, well, that sometimes is challenging because you may carry past life blocks or veils or restrictions or vows or fears or traumas that prohibit you from doing it. And it's not because you don't want to, but because of the past, you couldn't, and then it never healed.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do spiritual rehabilitation, or I call it the one method, the Creator's method, and it is a multidisciplinary spiritual healing from the Creator, by the Creator and the angels to the person's soul, then there is no limitation in what can be healed.
I see. So perhaps you could tell us about this method that you founded, which is energetic rehabilitation. What exactly is it? How does it work?
It is ordained or given through the Creator and the archangels as protections, different kinds of protections to keep you clear from negativity around you and within. It has space clearing, activation of the angels to clear the space multidimensionally. Also, it has bringing soul parts that are lost back to bring you back to wholeness. It has high spiritual purification with the elements of creation. It has cleaning, draining, and recharging by the Creator's light and the healing essence of the Creator, which is fluid light. And it has different Creator's tools and codes. And we encode it to our hands, and we bring it in directly by our soul into our body, and we activate it, or for us or for others.
What do you mean you code it into your hands?
I do a process that is called encoding, and I do a process when I ask to connect the person or the client to the Creator, and then I make kind of a contract that the Creator gives them every time they ask for it.
Okay, but do you encode it into your fingers?
Right, to the hands.
Uh-huh. So and then you just need to do this, and it just happens. It activates automatically.
Right,
you don't have to think.
It brings the energy in. With your intent, it brings it in.
I see.
So when you do it like that, you bring the forces, all of them at once, into the person. So you get healed and protected and recharged.
And how often do I do it? How often does one do it?
Every time you ask for something, you activate the forces.
Uh-huh. Careful. Careful.
Yeah,
you might activate them now.
For instance, I asked to take the sources for my headache away.
Uh-huh.
And you activate, you bring. Yeah, it's very easy. It's like high tech.
So, you said you were, you channel the Creator, and I think you said angels.
Archangels.
Can I ask you to channel right now for us, spontaneously?
What would you like to ask?
I'd like to ask what to expect over the next few years in terms of the economy. What's going to happen to the economy, the money? Should we get the money out of the bank? Should we buy Bitcoin? Should we buy gold? Should we buy camels? What should we do?
Well, you asked several questions. From a financial perspective, people are really worried what should we do. I'm not receiving that it would be a major catastrophe. Catastrophe. It should be a transformation which will take over some time. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm from a kibbutz. I never learned economy, so it's not my area of specialty.
Yeah, but are you channeling right now?
No. So when I'm channeling, I'm asking which angel is talking about the economy. Now, it's the Archangel Michael, and he said that humanity is protected, and all transition into the new age, including economy, health, recovery of humanity, is in process. It is handled by the Creator, with help of lots of light beings, with neighbored galaxies and planets. And the dark forces has lost and are leaving or left, and that what we call the white hats, or the light system of this planet, and the leaders are putting things in place, and it is in process for between 3 to 5 years process, and then things will ease into it.
Okay.
So as far as buying gold or buying all kinds of other cryptos and stuff like this, it's really a personal choice. They don't say you must do this to save your funds. They don't say that.
Uh-huh. But they're also saying that even if you don't do anything, you shouldn't worry. Everything is going to be okay.
That's what I'm receiving.
I see. Okay. Any other tips Archangel Michael would like to share with us about today? Let's say today, how should we survive, or how should we get through it easily this very difficult period right now that many people are experiencing at the moment?
Okay. So there are 3 things that people have to do mentally. First of all, they have to connect to their higher power, and that means to their higher soul. They have to calm themselves down in any way they can, or by therapists, or by meditation, preferably to connect to the source and bring calming and loving and healing energies into them, or by meditation, or by request, or by help of others. The second thing is trusting themselves and taking the authority for themselves, not being run by other forces which may not be seeing their best interest in heart. Nice. And the third thing is, if they can get to therapists which will activate their DNA to empower their spiritual force so they can be more healthy, clear, and can manifest their life better, then do it.
Okay.
And their recommendation is to try to get into higher consciousness, find your karma, clear it, and move on.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much, Archangel Michael. That was very kind, very nice.
He says you're very welcome, and he commends you for your excellent work and for your mission to bring to people knowledge and uplifting.
Thank you very much. Namaste. It's a pleasure.
And that you're very blessed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. So, Ossi, that was amazing. You've just channeled Archangel Michael. How did it feel?
To me?
Yeah.
Normal.
I see. Lucky you.
Because all day long I work with people, so I channel them, and sometimes that one talks, that one talk. And it depends on the person who comes for them. But I'm always with the angels and the Creator all day long.
I see. Now, patients come to you, clients, I guess, with spiritual injuries. Can you give
Yes.
examples of spiritual injuries?
Yes. Most people lose soul parts. Their energy field may collapse. They may get disconnected with their main channel of light, and they get malnourished spiritually. And they feel sick, painful, exhausted, burnt out, lost on their way, and they don't know what to do. I'll give you an example from how it looks like when you look and you see an injured person. For instance, it's called inner collapse.
Yeah, that's like the aura. What is that?
Yeah, the aura is collapsed and the body is under it. I'll show you a normal picture so you can compare it for something normal, like this person is more normal and this person is really filthy.
And how do these injuries, how do they happen?
Usually by human combat. It can be verbal abuse, it can be physical abuse, it can be physical trauma, it can be news that are shocking and people feel like they say, I felt like the sky fell over me, or my world collapsed, and it's the energy fields that fall on your head. It can be something like this, for instance, their field collapse.
Squashed.
They look like an omelette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you heal them? How do you heal these injuries?
Right. So the forces that I use is the creator's forces. Another way to look at it is also if people lose a part of their energy field, and that's what you call shell shock or a severe accident, and they lose big parts of their energy systems and they don't have the capacity to heal on their own. You have to bring all the soul parts back and reunite them and fuse them and heal them together so they become unified tissue again. And I'm using the creator's lights, the healing essence, which is fluid light. I use creator's tools, healing staff, creator's sword, healing crystal. I use codes, creator's codes. Forces that come from the creator's code, and they do the work.
And do you need to meet the patient face to face?
No, I do it from a distance, but I prefer to have personal contact on the media. People can sit in front of me. I can also do it on the body. But when I work with people all over the world to rehabilitate their spiritual system, to restructure them back, to bring them back to normality, then I do it from a long distance. I send the tools, I send the codes, I connect them to the creator, and then it's their soul and the creator doing the work, and I'm the one who invite the forces for them.
I see. Okay, very interesting.
So it's really fast healing.
Yes. So we spoke about the soul, and I'd like to expand on that. If you could tell me, please, what are the 12 lessons of the soul on the earth?
Yeah. So this humanity has started several thousands years ago, at least 12,000 years or more. It is humanity of souls that many of them are very ancient, and they've been through eras, ancient eras, and they came to this planet. And the first 12 lifetimes on this planet as humanity were lessons, and they were progressive lessons. So the lessons were actually events of experiences. So the first lesson was about unity or separateness. The second lesson was about the soul need. It wants to learn about what it needs in a physical form. The third lesson is about the soul's will. What does the soul want to experience? What's the will of the soul? Forgiveness, freedom, submission, enforced justice, experience love, all kinds of wills. The fourth lesson is perception of reality. How do you see reality? How you explain it to yourself, positive, negative, and what do you manifest with it? The fifth lesson is the primary lesson of the soul, and it has multiple topics that the soul may want to choose to experience, like acceptance, self-acceptance, adaptation to changing reality, etc., boundaries, truth, trust, all kinds of experiences. The sixth lesson is about contracts. The soul make contracts, and then it's committed to it. And if you didn't free it, you still till today committed to the contracts from the 6th lesson, and you're still under it, and it still governs your reality.
And these
and
lessons,
life.
these lessons, sorry, they all take place during one lifetime, or is it throughout different
first
lifetimes?
12 lifetimes of souls on Earth, the first 12 lifetimes.
Uh-huh.
One
but the
after
12
the other.
lessons can happen over many lifetimes, more than just 12.
No, the first 12 happened in the first 12 lifetimes. Then karma happens when the soul tries to heal the outcome of these lessons, which cause multiple traumas, multi-level traumas on many soul levels, in many spaces, and the soul is shattered. And then the soul wants to get back together, so it comes back to try and heal it. Well, it can do it for 30 or 100 or 170 repetitions of karma for each lesson. So we have hundreds and thousands of karmatic repetitions on this planet in attempt to heal and complete these lessons. And
they're all combinations of these 12 lessons.
Right. So every lifetime, the soul comes down with 3 lessons out of the 12. Do you want to hear the other 6?
Please.
Yeah. So the 7th lesson is human relation and family relations. And the 8th lesson is about independence. And the 9th lesson is about the ability to choose and manifest or not. And the 10th lesson is about responsibility, over responsibility, not enough, running away from responsibility, etc. And the 11th lesson is about courage, courage for negotiation, to stand up your own truth in front of authority, etc. And the 12th lesson is about self-value. So in each lifetime, the soul chooses 3 of those lessons to come and try to complete it. So you have 3 in each life, not all of them.
Okay, and I think somebody mentioned, or more than one person, that now we are at a time where there's no longer any karma. Karma has been completed.
Yes.
Abolished.
So, I would like to explain it if you would. Yeah. So because this is a new era, started, actually, it started the dawning of the new age of Aquarius. It started on 1987 with harmonic convergence. And then humanity was chosen to join the enlightenment of the universe and creation and not stay in 3rd dimension and darkness. And then 3 things had to happen for this to occur. Number 1, removal of karma, erasing of the karmatic books in the Akashic records. And there's a method for that. And then the second thing is reconnecting to your higher soul, which was disconnected over the eras and past lives. And the third thing is reactivation, reconnection, and use of your spiritual DNA. And there are 12 DNA sets, couples, strands.
Yeah.
And there are 4 sets of them. So humans, according to the spiritual evolution, can achieve up to 48 DNA strands.
How many does the average Joe have these days? Activated ones?
Well, if you are working with spiritual awareness and you ask for activation, most people have between 3 to 5 to 7. You can ask to activate all of them. And you actually only have to ask the Creator and the angels for activation of the code of human creation. And that code activate and reconnect and bring Creator's light and reconnect the DNA to your spiritual part of your soul. And then all 12 are connected on the first set. Only by that request, but you have to ask.
Sounds easy. If you ask, you get. Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't. So
exactly. It's a free choice.
I see. So these were the lessons and the DNA strands. Now, I wanted to ask you about the pre-incarnation eras. What exactly is that?
Okay, so creation started, as far as science know, and also all the channelers, from an expansion of light that started to expand and grow. And there were 3 periods of time, which are called eras of millions of years, where the energy was at the essence of air. There were 3 air eras, and they were the first 1, 2, and 3 eras. Then energy, as the creation evolved, it shifted into fire elements, and there were 3 eras of fire frequencies in creation. And then the next 3 elements, 3 eras were of water element. And then the last 3 were of earth or matter. So creation went away, further out, but also denser.
And what about the souls? Were they individual units at that time?
Yeah, they were already individualized. And in every era, the soul had things that it did for itself and for creation, or its species that it was belonging at that time. And there were consciousness and lessons in those eras. So in every era, there was a cosmic lesson for all created beings. And some souls were injured on those eras and lost parts, a connection to the creator, or lost a key. We call it the lost key. It's an activation key, which is the core of the soul, and the crown it broke out and exploded and spread out. So the soul was missing it, and it couldn't use the capacity to activate certain functions.
Uh-huh.
And that is happening in every era. And so every era there was a cosmic lesson.
But were there humans? Like in this, you said that the first era was water, air, 4 air eras. So were there humans then?
No, there was no physical form at that time.
However, the souls were just floating.
They were energetic. They were
floating.
Energy in energy form, if you can call it form, energy structure, but they were not in physical form. Mm-hmm. They were energetic, and they were in energetic spaces.
And that activation key, and the activation key went missing during that time? Before
From the
physical
first
form?
era all the way through 12 eras. In each era, there's an activation key missing.
I see. Okay. So what are we going to do about it?
We have to bring them back. And
How?
It's done by when we do the one method, we first of all clear all negative forces around the soul, and we bring all soul parts back. We clear consciousness, bring the key back by requesting it.
Oh yeah.
So
all you have to do is ask.
Right. So let's see that in the 7th era, which is the era when Atlantis fell down, the lesson was joy with all that is. So how can you be joyful when your total humanity is collapsing?
Yeah.
It's very hard to be happy.
Yeah.
So then most people lost their key of being able to be happy, to have happiness. And then they say, well, I don't know what happiness is. I don't feel it in me. I have to bring it back.
Yes. So you mentioned all the strands of DNA and the sets of DNA. I understand there's also spiritual DNA.
Yeah, the DNA is spiritual. We have 1 set physically. And we have 4 sets of DNA. And the first DNA set is on our spiritual part of our soul. In the world of ancient human, by the Kabbalah teaching, we have 5 worlds. And then beyond that, it's eternal light worlds. And then we have more worlds, about 7 more worlds above. And the first set has 12 strands. We talked about it already.
Yeah.
The second set is on a higher level. It's a divine soul, and it was lost at the time of Atlantis by the they are called Anunnaki, or the reptilians. They took over, and they put the veil of forgetfulness, and they put also the matrix programming and implants on the souls. And they disconnected the second set of the DNA. The third DNA is on the avatar part of the soul, and it was lost on the 3rd era, 3rd and 4th era. It was what you call the it was a war between the galaxies, galactic war, and many souls lost their third DNA there set.
I see. Okay. So what about, you mentioned the matrix. So tell me about the cleansing and repairing of the planet and humanity from the effects of the matrix.
Right. So the matrix is a general term for consciousness blocks and programming of humanity in a certain way that they're totally spiritually enslaved. And really, yeah, so there are actually spiritual structures of implants that are set in a structure that is connected to the back chakras of the soul and connected to big, I would say, implants that are in a veil over. So I worked with the Creator and the angels to remove that veil, take those aliens out, pull out of all the soul of humanity, all those implants, and I asked that all souls are cleared of it. So
when did you do that, and why?
I do it on the weekends.
So on weekends you just do this for fun, what you just said?
Well, it's my my work with the Creator for humanity. So I don't only heal people in clinic one-on-one. I also do cosmic and humanitarian work by cleaning humanity. I also help to clear pantheon of dark godhoods of humanity, which humans used to worship them, and they did human sacrifices. And they basically blocked the souls from connecting to higher power and self-authority. So I asked to remove them out of the planet from different locations and different families of godhoods, including the matrix, including artificial intelligence.
What about the matrix? Is it going to end at some point? And were there many matrices?
People have to, when it's out, then people have potential of connecting to the Creator, to their own higher power.
What is the matrix? What is the matrix, Ossie?
It's a consciousness block about freedom, about happiness, about abundance, about inner power, about wholeness, about health, about manifestation. So they block the consciousness on the spine of the soul, and then the people think that they can't.
Why? Who did it? Who are they? Why did they do it?
Anunnaki aliens from the dark creation.
What did they get out of it? Why would they do that?
Because they don't have source for life force, and they're using humans as parasites. They take their life force to them to live off, and so then that's why they want.
So if they didn't do it, then they would die?
I don't know, but the dark creation is not connected to the source. They're connected to other forces that do not give life force.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
if
we are their food.
So they're using us as parasites.
So if we are their food, and if they're deprived of us, then they might end up dying.
No, they use many universes. We're not their only lunch.
I see. So these implants. You said that they built the matrix that we are. It's like a construct that we are trapped in. But they also implanted implants into us. So what exactly are these implants?
Well, they're energetic structures that I will show you what it looks like. It's not very nice picture, but I'm sorry, that's how it looks spiritually. And these implants are actually looking like little box where you can connect it and control the human spiritual body to do what they want to do. And they have crystals in the body as amplifiers. They may also have the implant with wires activation. So if they want, they can control your thought or your mood or your organ function. And they're also crown crystals that look like that. They're really big crystals in your brain that separate your crown and your main channel of the soul to the light. And then they telecast to you what they want from a distance. So you don't think on your own. And you're always being governed by forces that are not of light, not for your highest good, and take your power away. You lose your authority. You lose your livelihood. You lose your balance, you lose your independence, you lose your freedom, you lose everything. That's not God's will.
How do you remove these implants?
Oh, you use Creator's light, Creator's sword, and you ask for alien war, and the angels do it. They take them out, reconnect your crown and your main channel back, take the wires, you use the Creator's flame, it burns the wires, and it takes all those crystals out with a sword.
Okay.
And the sword of the Creator take them out. It takes a few minutes and it's out.
Fantastic. Amazing. So what do you do for people? It is like a movie. It sounds like unbelievable.
But that's how it happens.
So simple.
And then people feel such relief, and
I
then
bet.
They can connect to their own higher power and be themselves.
Yes, yes. How lovely to finally be released of that.
Unbelievably
these parasitic
free.
devices.
It's wonderful freedom.
I bet. So what do you do for people through channeling the Creator?
Most people are afraid to be connected to the Creator because they are ordained that it's forbidden to be talking to Him. If you pray to them, to the Creator, it's okay. But if you hear the Creator, well, then you're crazy. Well, why? I mean, it's our Creator. It's like our source of life. Why shouldn't we be talking back and forth? There's no honoring and slaves. It's not like that. There's great love and freedom and empowerment in being connected to the source. It's our life force. It's our happiness and joy and health and empowerment. So when people ask the Creator's information for things that are stuck in their lives, not only that they receive information about their beliefs that are blocking them, different traumas from different eras or past lives, but also the healing is so instant, because the force is so great and the transformation forces are so great that the healing is extremely fast, powerful, and accurate. And if you channel the Creator and it is the truth, then there's no way you can heal wrong things. You focus on whatever it is that is the most important thing for that person.
What does it feel like for you, channeling the Creator as opposed to channeling an angel or an alien or a spirit?
Well, first of all, I do not channel dead people. I do not channel aliens, and I do not channel all kinds of guides that are undefined. I channel only the archangels, which are bringing the truth and the only truth from the source, from the Creator and the Creator. And that is called high spiritual channeling, where aliens, they're very good ones too, but they're shapeshifters, and you never know when they're shape-shifting and then giving you crap, excuse me, lies, and it's hard to determine what is the truth. Might as well just go directly to the highest truth. And then people may be taken by death and other forces, and they be using them and tell you things that are not accurate at best. So I prefer only that source for the highest level of truth.
And how does it? What does it feel like? You said it feels good.
So it feels wonderful. The angels around you, it feels love, purity, clarity, holiness, peace, and you feel protected. And they put their wings all around you, and they form this ring of wings all around you, and it feels wonderful. But when you're with the Creator and you're within the Creator's honor, Creator's force, Creator's heart, and when He talks, you feel the world vibration, and every word He says like that, like big vibration. You see the energy motion in waves when He speaks, or he or she. Yeah.
Trippy.
And it is an empowering, strengthening, how would I say, awesome feeling of being at home and in your body at the same time.
Wonderful.
Because it's multidimensional awareness.
Yeah. Yeah. Superb.
It's great. It's wonderful. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
Yes, I bet. So how about hygiene and spiritual maintenance? What's that?
Okay, right. So most people are very, very adamant about keeping their physical hygiene, nutrition, and sometimes exercises. But nobody teaches us how to do it spiritually. And our spirit and soul and aura must be cleaned daily to not accumulate a lot of negativity, which may affect your thinking, your feeling, your health, and your ability to manifest. And when there are situations like, I'll show you a picture of it. Hold on. Like this, for instance.
What is that?
That is a person, so an energy, soul, the vortex of light and the field. And then people yelled at them and threw a lot of anger at them. And then some of the anger or the feeling also are sediments down, blocking. So when they're like that, they feel heavy and tired and running nose, and they feel like the sky fell on them.
Yeah.
And they feel really tired. They cannot manifest very well. They feel neck pain and shoulder pain and headache, and the eyes are heavy. They feel aged. And when you clean all that from your energy field or from your energy body, then you feel fresh. I mean fresh, like clean and light, like you've been.
And people can do it themselves, for themselves?
Yeah, you can do it yourself. This is like when you get dirty on your energy body. Uh-huh. And you can use the creator's tools and creator's lights and elements to clean all your system multi-level. And that's why I'm encoding it in the fingers. So when you bring it into yourself, you activate creator's tools, creator's elements, and creator's codes to clear all negativity entities, to heal tears, to straighten up your main channel so light can pass through it and feed you. Because our soul is fed by the creator's life forces and lights. And emotions can accumulate and block the flow.
Sure.
And thoughts and beliefs can become crust and block. And then if entities sit on all that, then what chance do you have to stay well? Yeah.
Zero.
And it's very hard. Then people over the years get sicker, not only from nutrition and environmental poisons, but also spiritually. They get accumulation of lots of stuff. And if you clean it daily, it keeps you young, it keeps you clear, it keeps you energetic, it keeps you creative, it keeps you your ability to manifest.
Yes, they say everything physical actually starts in an emotional blockage and things like that.
Yeah, but emotions are outcome of interpretation of reality of thoughts and beliefs. So emotions are the outcome. But first of all, the thoughts and the beliefs about reality create their emotional reaction. And if you don't let them out, then they accumulate and block you.
Yeah.
And then your cells in your body cannot.
And then you get cancer. Then you get cancer or diabetes.
Degenerative diseases and stuff like that.
Yeah, autoimmune. Okay, have you heard of the term human angel?
Oh, yes, of course. So I first heard of it from the angels in 2013 or 12. And they told me I was a human angel. And I said, moi? I didn't know it. And then they told me that instead of healing my soul, I had to heal my human angel. Because the angel can also get injured, and there are about 45% of humanity which are human angels, and they don't know it.
That's a lot.
And it's a lot, yes. And they came to enlighten humanity and bring light and truth and health and knowledge to humanity, but they got injured and blocked. So we have a soul body and an angel, and they're united. So you have angelic part and soul parts together. And the angel brings the mission, the will to do good, to help people. They're very empathetic. They're very spiritually sensitive, energetically sensitive. They have spiritual vision. Their spiritual senses are open. they're always connected to the creator, at least try to connect to the creator and to bring the goodness and light and beauty and music and help the weak and the unfortunate ones and the helpless ones. And they're always fighting against evil and against wrongdoing and protect life and protect the weak and the weak people in society.
And they do that even because I think you said that the angelic part was injured,
yes,
impaired in some way. So, but they still act the way you just said in a positive way.
Yeah, they always, because it's their essence. It's what they are. Even they're injured, they're still trying to help. Even they're totally exhausted and wounded. So some people have pains or emotional feeling, and it comes from the angelic part, not from the soul part.
Yes. I see. Okay, there's another term I wanted to ask you to clarify, please, and that is the books of the soul and the books of the courts high above.
Heavenly courts.
Heavenly courts, yes.
Right. So humanity, or all the universe, basically, not our universe, there are many universes, but all souls have accumulation of information about all that happened to them. And in the Akashic records, or where the library of all records of all souls, for every being, there are 10 books. Book of life, book of luck, all the good fortunes.
For every being?
Every being, at least for humanity. The other cultures, I don't know for sure.
Oh, I see. So for the whole of humanity, there's 10 books, not just for individual souls.
Every individual soul has 10 books.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. Every individual soul has 10 books. Book of life, book of luck or good fortune, book of missions, book of relationships of all humans, family, children, book of burdens or debts or imprisonments or curses, etc. Book of verdicts, heavenly verdicts, book of failures, book of successes, book of negative blocking veils, and book of rights, spiritual rights that they can use their forces to manifest. Okay. So if you erase the book, you can take it off the soul. If what's written in the book is present, the soul cannot get rid of the burden on it. So when you delete the book, and I'll tell you in a minute how, then it is possible to remove all the negativity and the traumas of the soul and complete the lessons.
So out of the 10 books, are there like good books and bad books, or positive ones and negative ones?
Right, yes. So after we erase all the books for the soul, there are only 4 books you want to be left. The book of life, the book of, I would say, luck or fortunes, the book of rights, and the heavenly court book for graces, all the grace, 32 graces that are coming from the creation to that soul. These are the 4 books that are good ones. All the other, all the negativity and terrible things that happen.
How do I erase them? How do I erase the 6 bad books?
Well, there are 4 forces to erase the Akashic records. You ask for creator's lights, creator's flame, creator diamonds, and creator sword. The green flame, burn all the books and the pages and all that. The diamonds take big crusts and take them away. The lights burn the writing, and the sword burn the writings. And then the book just burn or vanish. It looks like animated movie. It's amazing. And then when the book or chapters are erased, then everything that was on the soul is just leaving like dandruff.
Really?
It's so easy when the book is erased.
Head and shoulders.
Yes.
Spiritual head and shoulders.
Yeah, I love that description.
So, okay, that sounds pretty unusual and fantastic and like out of a movie.
When you
Lord
ask
of the Rings,
yeah.
or Avatar, and how about, people talk about the new era, the new age. What is that for you? What does it mean to you, this new era?
Well, the new era is why so many souls want to come to Earth at this time. Because through the eras, the souls descended in density into the third dimension. Now, second dimension is vegetables and plants. First dimension is minerals. Well, how low can you get? Hello. So on the new age, it's the age of Aquarius, but it's also age of Earth. I'm sorry, of air. We had air, fire, water, and earth. Now it's again air era. So it's lightness and knowledge and enlightenment and an awakening of many souls. So if you take the matrix away, you take the karma away, you connect the higher soul, you activate the DNA, they're way on their ascension. So for me, the new age is a way to come back to be who I was before descension.
Mm-hmm.
And to become who I really am.
I mean, physically, could I live longer, or I'll be happier, healthier?
So when all these terms happen, when you connect to your higher soul, when you activate your DNA, when you clear your karma, and you shift to a new timeline, it's called Crystalline Timeline. This is a timeline for renewal. So the DNA is constantly energetically renewed, and the body is healed naturally by the DNA. Because the previous timeline when we are at was about self-destruction and getting older and dying real soon. So once people lived 700-900 years, and then it was stopped by the forces, and then it became only 120 max.
You said crystalline. I heard
it's called crystalline.
Oh, because I heard that the body is shifting from carbon-based to crystalline. Have you heard of that?
So yes, absolutely. I didn't want to get into that, but if you're asking, then first our body was built by carbon, but all the energetic forces are coming from the creator, are actually of crystal essence, and it changed with the DNA and with the energies more into crystal essence rather than carbon. And that means clear, clarity, see-through, glass-like.
Okay. Sounds
so we are more pure, we're more clear, and we can last longer in this vehicle. Mm-hmm. And many people, because of this new age, starting a whole new lifetime within their body, they don't die and go back. They stay in the same body and start a whole new lifetime. With the same body, but renewed, with new mission.
Rejuvenated.
Yes,
so, you know, we spoke about the enlightened creation, and I think there's the creation of darkness. So what are the laws of the enlightened creation?
Yeah. So when creation was separated and from light into light and dark, the light creation kept the laws of light, and the laws of the enlightened creation are the law of illumination of light, the law of balance, which karma is a part of it, the law of wholeness and unity. Everything has to be united and wholesome, right?
Yeah.
The law of life. Life is sacred. You have to keep life. Life is a creation force. The law of truth. Everything has to be truthful. No more lies.
Yeah.
Deception. The law of protection. You have to be protected by the creator and the spiritual forces of light. And the law of joy and happiness. And creation brings you joy and happiness. Angels bring joy and happiness. It's part of their essence, part of the energy of the law of light, to be in happiness. Not because something happened, just because you exist. You have to be happy.
I see. So these are the laws of the enlightened creation. The laws of
the enlightened creation, but there are also forces that come out of these laws for use in the creation. and you have the force of light. The light is force, also photons, but force. And then there's the forces of life, forces of love, not the emotion of love, force of love. Mm-hmm. It's all over. It's a force, and a force of compassion, and force of grace, do good things, and force of wisdom to do things that bring goodness, and the force of abundance, and the force of unity and wholeness. All these are forces that can create in our physical life what light brings in that creation.
I see. Now, what about the awakening souls in the New Age? Are there any laws or rules that apply to them?
Right. Yes, of course. So when souls are awakened, there are 5 laws or directives that are expected of these souls to go through in their enlightenment process and in their becoming fully awakened and functional with the light forces and laws. So the first law is the law of choice. And it is to be a conscious choice out of cooperation with the complete divine will in unity. So you have to be with your higher power, your soul, with the creator, and you have to choose what is truthful yours for you. You have free choice. Use it. Don't let other people choose and govern you.
Sure.
Okay, so the second law is law of wholeness, being complete. Don't give away your energy body pieces to others and they go with a sticker and you go with a hole in your heart. No, that's not the way to do. Be complete. Bring all your soul parts back and be wholesome, in wholeness, in unity with yourself. All your soul parts from all times become one, complete. The third law is the law of accepting your mission. So every soul has a mission. It doesn't mean that it's a mission for humanity, something really grand. It can be a mission about healing your soul wounds from your history, a mission towards your family, to your children, to your society, to your community, to nature, to earth, to cats. Every person have their own mission that the soul want to do according to what they came for. And you have to know your mission, to recognize it, feel it, have passion about it, and do it.
Yeah.
And the fourth law is law of all-encompassing inner peace. So you have to be with peace inside you. And it comes from the creator and the higher soul.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be all raggedy and jilted by everything that goes around you. And when a mosquito in New York sneezed, here you get a tsunami. Not like that. You have to be peaceful inside and see that outside what happens is not what's inside you. Inside you is your soul, the creator's energies, inner peace, discernment, inner authority, truth, and be at peace with that and radiate that peace out. And
Wonderful.
The last law, so you're not with hyperactivity and all emotionally reactive and all that.
Yeah.
And the last law is the law of divine illumination. So you bring in your soul, you bring in the creator's light, and you illuminate light. So when you keep spiritual hygiene, you can illuminate the light.
Yeah.
And be a light to all around you. So every enlightened person can affect 10,000 people by their illumination. So bring in the light, illuminate it, and affect all people around you and rise their frequency so they can join you with a new age.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So all good. And you held up that book earlier. I guess it's a book you wrote.
Yeah, it's a book I wrote. It's called, in Hebrew, Spiritual Rehabilitation, but it's in English, it will be the one method. It's the creator method for healing. And it's the complete guide for multidisciplinary spiritual medicine. And it will be in English, I hope soon. It's in the end of translation to English. And it is a big book. It's about 450 pages. It has multiple pictures and illustrations and explanations.
And what does it teach? I mean, if I buy the book, what will I not need to come and see you personally or do any of your courses if I get the book?
Well, if you activate the forces in your hands, which is in the beginning of the book, basically every type of symptom you have, you can check with a truth detector, which is ability to find the truth by muscle testing, or by blinking, or by feeling the crown chakra movement or body movement, questions of yes and no, and identify what type of damage your soul have or your spiritual body. Then you use the forces to heal it. And it's written in a way like that you can find out by the symptoms that a certain injury has. So if you have a cut in your hand, energetically, you will have pain, weakness, loss of sensation and stuff. And people say, oh, you have neurological deficit. No, maybe you have just energy block and the energy cannot flow, so you don't feel, and you cannot use your total force, etc. So every injury causes symptoms in the body. And you can heal it if you use these forces. So when you encode them into your hands, or through me, or through an internet course in English or in Hebrew, you can use the book and just do it and heal yourself.
Yeah, amazing. Now, what about the courses? You also have courses, I understand.
Yeah, I have some. In English, I have 5 gifts for life, which is activation of all the forces into your hand, like spiritual high tech, to bring all the forces to use. And I teach at this time in Belgium all the 4 courses. There are 4 levels of courses. The beginning is about learning all the tools and how to treat all damages. Other courses about healing past life damages, lessons, era issues, etc.
I see.
And healing the human angel.
Okay, and these courses are in English, and
there are courses in English.
On
They
Zoom?
are offered. They are offered in Belgium at this time, but I can travel and teach them other places if people want. Soon I'm checking the Czech Republic. Maybe I'll be teaching there soon. And they're taught in English with PowerPoint and workbooks. They're all organized. I've been teaching in Belgium 17 years.
Wow. So it's all on your website?
It's on my website. The website is theonemethod.com.
Yeah, we're going to have a
One
link.
with a digit 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna include a link underneath the interview.
Yeah, so it's all explained in my English, and there are many lectures and channeling, and also on my YouTube there are many free lectures, and also written channelings as well.
Fantastic.
Very informative.
I'm sure. I mean, what can I say? Osnat Steinberg, what a fascinating, interesting interview this was. I enjoyed every moment.
Thank you.
For that, I wish to say to you, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It was my joy too.
Same here. Absolute pleasure. So good luck with everything. And thank you very much again. And to our lovely viewers, what a lovely interview. All the information is going to be shown as underneath the interview, all the links and the numbers and the relevant information. So you can contact Osnat Steinberg if you wish to. Good news, humanity has entered the age of Aquarius. It's all happening. Our frequency is rising, as you can see. So stay happy and free. And thank you for watching. We are free.tv.